obviously the things that transpired on Monday night. I know that you saw it. You had team doctors come and explain things, kind of what's been your mindset just through the whole process and how you're taking it.
I think anytime you see a brother, in this league, that's out there, representing themselves, their family, and their team, have a tragedy, injury like that, it always, hits a little different. All I can say is now, I've prayed for him multiple times. Hopefully, he take a full recovery. I hope, and we pray for him as a team, in our team meeting. Hopefully, he get back to full strength.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but on that interception that they had against the 49ers, I believe it was like a contested interception on George Kittle. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so, big premier tight end in the league. What were you seeing on that play and kind of how much momentum did it give your team?
Basically just doing my job. Thirds, I guess they tried to put a lot in my face for the, trick me out, whatever. Could have did a great route. I kind of saw it from from the side of my eye, but I didn't want to just jump the route. I figured he wasn't going to throw it, so I kind of baited it a little bit. And once I saw him looking cock back, that's when I burst and made a play on the ball.
Throughout the season, Patrick Graham has been saying when he looked on the tape of you, just coming in and losing a tech, he knew you were ball hog and was give you opportunities to kind of do that. What do you think has been the thing this season that's just kind of clicked on you getting back into that mindset? Has it just been opportunities, or what has it been?
I think opportunity as well, and just building my confidence. I feel like I have more opportunity than probably Nate. Nate is a great football player, so I think they look at me as the guy that they feel like they can give a lot of opportunities to. So I try to do whatever I can to continue getting my hands on the ball, take advantage of my opportunity, and Patrick Graham look forward for me doing making those kind of plays. So anytime I'm around the ball, I try to do whatever I can to make plays.
Obviously, it's been extremely visible to everybody that watches your game. How much has it fired you up? When those opportunities come your way and you make a play.
I'm very hard on myself. When the ball comes around, I don't make plays on the ball. I'm very hard on myself. Patrick Graham preached to me a lot. By me being so hard, it's like I can't move on from those plays. At first I wasn't able to move on from those plays, but now it's like, if a guy catch a small ball on me, whatever, I just think to myself, next play, my opportunity is going to come again. Once they come to me with that play again, try to get my hands on the ball, because quarterbacks in this league, they're not really scared of PBUs. They're not really worried about that. But once you get your hands on the ball, as far as like interceptions, that's when the quarterbacks kind of be concerned, and they're probably not going to come at you as more often. So I try to, do whatever I can to get my hands on the ball.
And obviously being in this division, you've played the Chiefs, more than a handful of times. Obviously, going into this game, what are some things that you believe that your defense can improve on from Week 5, and also does this game, I guess, have a different feeling to it being the season finale?
Yeah, I think we can do more of, as a whole, tackling. But every defense have room for improvement. So I think we can improve. We all, criticize ourselves. Stopping the run, eliminating explosive plays. So I think overall we just got to continue to improve, play together as a whole, as a defense. Appreciate it.
It's been like as somebody that's his friend that cares about him to kind of see him receive that support from everybody.
It's great. That everybody is helping out and doing what they can to kind of help out his family and pray for him and things like that. So hopefully everything works out and hopefully he pulls through. So it's positive thoughts, try to hope for the best.
Have you been trying to follow for updates, or you're trying to avoid it? How are you trying to handle it?
Yeah, so I got the notifications on my phone to pop up for certain pages that that are credible, just to kind of keep up with it. I try to stay away from reaching out to his family just to give them their space. I'm sure they're overwhelmed with text messages and calls every day. So just trying to stay as close to it as I can, and like I say, just keep my prayers up.
How difficult is it to be around football right now?
It's tough. You could kind of see how everybody around the league was kind of feeling. Especially I can only imagine. I can't even imagine how those guys that were actually on the field that actually seen it in person were feeling. And just watching any injury live is tough, and to see somebody out there fighting for their life, it got to be mind blowing. So it is tough, but it's our job, and got to do what we got to do.
Do you think that something like this happening could potentially, whether it's the league or fans, kind of recognizing that the players are human too, and then not just people out there entertaining them?
100%. Like, I mean, for me personally, like it definitely puts things in perspective. Like, I mean, everybody makes so much of the NFL and what it means to like make plays and do things, and like even like when you make mistakes, like you so hard on yourself, but at least you can get up and play the next play. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like I said, we're all human, and we all face the same problems that everybody faces, especially when it comes to health. So yeah, hopefully that does kind of happen. Everybody could kind of see it from our point of view.
What do you want people to know about him as a person?
He's a great person. I met him a while back, like in high school, and he's one of those people like who everybody wants to be around. He's probably the coolest person I've ever met in my life, and like his energy is that super attractive energy that everybody wants to kind of be a little bit like. You know what I mean? He's a guy that everybody loves. If you can, of course everybody was showing their support and doing it, but everybody who knows him, you could kind of feel the energy like that. Everybody loves DeMar, so he's a great dude. He has a great family. Like his parents are great. His little brother who thinks the world of him. Like I'm sure they're all going through so much right now. So just keep them in your prayers, and hopefully everything will work out.
How much of your kind of college teammates connected and try to talk these last couple of days?
Yeah, I mean the whole Pitt family. I talked to Kenny yesterday, and I'm saying just. He's praying for him and his family, and I mean you can kind of see the guys on social media giving a lot of support and doing what they can to kind of show light of the situation. So I mean it's been big. The whole Pitt family has been doing what they can.
I believe the team physician spoke to you guys today. I think Josh McDaniels had mentioned. How important is that for you guys to just know, that your well-being is the top priority within this organization?
I mean it's big because nobody. No, I mean we know the risk of playing football is like small injuries, things like that, but nobody's going out there expecting to take a hit and be fighting for their life after. So just to have that like ease to your mind that you can go out there and actually play without having a fear for things like that happening is big. Like I know, like I was saying, like those guys on the field, like I said it when it happened, like I didn't know how they were going to try to keep playing, like if that was going to be possible, because I mean it does a lot to you mentally just seeing. Like I said, regular injuries, but I can't imagine how they felt after they seen that. I didn't it's tough. So just being able to know that it was a freak accident and it's a small chance of it ever happening again, like that's big for a lot of NFL players.
If you could speak to DeMar right now, what would you say to him if he could hear you?
Just to give him my support fully. Like I'm here for him, my family's there for him and his family, and just to know whatever he needs to, be able to pull through or whatever. We're all here to do. I'm sure like the rest of the NFL and all the players around would do the same. Like you know what I mean. So that's pretty much it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
On the league, just the DeMar Hamlin situation, his well-being, just your thoughts on everything.
I think that situation is just, one of a million. Like you're not gonna see that a lot in the league and to see that happening. You know what I'm saying? A player, I know the struggles we go through as players and the work we put in and the effort we put in. So to see that happen is just crazy. Honestly, it makes you, makes you think, it could have been you, could have been anybody else on your teammates. But my heart just goes out to him, his family, Bill's Nation, really anybody involved, anybody who has empathy for him, I'm right here with him, with his family, with any of the Bills players, anybody who wants to reach out, need an ear or a hand, I'm right here, so.
It's hard to see it in any positive light, but just his GoFundMe, how that exploded. What does that say about this league at the end of the day? I mean, again, you guys look out for each other. It's a brotherhood.
Yeah. I think, honestly, in sports, especially football, you could argue that's one of the most, hard knock sports where fans go head-to-head against each other and really you don't like each other, certain teams, certain people. It's a respect, of course, but at the same time, it's so competitive. It makes you maybe sometimes resent other people, but it just says a lot when at the end of the day, health and safety, when there's a human being involved, everything should go out the window. All the all the rivalries, you know what I'm saying, all the competition when it's a real life. You know what I'm saying? A real human being, life is at stake. And that just goes to show how we can come together as people, not only as a league, but just as real human beings to uplift and give support and have courage for one another, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, honestly, any question after that seems silly. But right here in the Raiders locker room, you guys have one more to play.
Yeah.
How important is it to end this season on a winning note, especially this roller coaster of a season that it's been?
Man, I just feel like it'll just show like the real heart of everybody and
To the podium.
the real heart of everybody in this locker room. I think the end result has put a type of light on us, and it makes it seem like, you know what I'm saying, we're not as competitive as, you know what I'm saying, other teams, or we're not as good as other teams. I honestly think anybody in this locker room and in this team can play with any team in this league. Honestly believe that, and I just think it'll show who we really are, you know what I'm saying, as men, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I just want to go out there, give the team, I know the whole team, I know I speak for the team when I say we want to go out there, give it everything we got, still come away with a win, because this is why we play, you know what I'm saying. We not like, oh, this is the last game. Nah, we try and get it done. So.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Nate, obviously, the news with DeMar has obviously affected you, and I'm sure some other guys in this room. How hard is it, though, to just, quote unquote, get back to normal and to be able to play on Saturday?
I think for some guys it's easier than others. Like me, I look at this like I knew what I was getting honest, if we being real, I knew what I was getting myself into. I know, like, I've seen other freak accidents like that. Like, not a lot, but I had a teammate in college, AB. We called him AB, Christian Abercrombie. He went to TSU, and he had an accident like this, but he was supposed to. He was in critical condition, supposed to pass away, but he ended up surviving. You know what I'm saying? And just pulling through. So seeing things like that, stories like that, just gives you hope for the future. But I knew what I was getting myself into. You know what I'm saying? And it's a dangerous game. Honestly, if you alive, you walking these streets, the world, you don't know when your next day is. You could die tomorrow. So that's the motto I live by. So you can't never let a hard time, you know what I'm saying, humble. You just got to keep going. And look at that like life is short. Like, why not give it everything I got today? So.
Going up against the Chiefs, obviously you've been against them a handful of times. Where would you rank, I guess, Patrick Mahomes as to opposing quarterbacks you faced, and what does he provide?
Obviously, we talking quarterbacks. He's the best in the league. I think probably the biggest playmaker in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Got to give the credit where it's due. Potential. I don't even want to say potential anymore. Probably future Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, he's a great guy, and we got to scheme for him differently than everybody else you scheme for, because he makes things happen other people just can't. So.